Bottles on the wall inside my head, inside of me. Holding all these thoughts beneath my skin. Can you believe in all? Only us, only love, only love. Time is a constant reminder of fate. It's fixed in this moment. Please stop, wake me up. Just save face. Well, I'm broken, I'm feeling the weight of your force, and I'm trying not to let go. Bottles on the wall, my love is here, it's left unchanged. Holding all these thoughts beneath my skin. Can you believe in us? Only us, only love. Time is a constant reminder of fate. It's fixed in this moment. Please stop, wake me up.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's the Kraken and Cactus podcast, back with another episode. Episode 3. It's
How's it
happened.
go? Sorry.
It's happened.
There we go.
It's
It
happened.
is happening. We had quite a delay between episode 2 and 3, and I will explain now what that delay was. So Brandon was, I was very sick, and Brandon was working, and it turns out that Brandon now has a child in India, and he just found out about that child. 13 years old, didn't even know about it.
Yep.
How old were you when you you did the deed, Brandon?
So I was
13
15.
years ago. Oh wow, 13 years ago.
15.
No, but the kid's 13.
Oh, the kid's 13? Oh,
Yes, the
shit.
kid's
So I was
13.
7.
Damn, yeah, that's pretty fertile for a 7-year-old. That's pretty gross. You
Yeah.
fucked a pedophile.
Yeah. Wait, wouldn't that make the person who had sex with me the pedophile?
No, you're the weirdo. You had sex with a pedophile. That's gross, dude.
You're a fucking disgrace. That's disgusting. I see you got some
Yeah, I know.
facial hair going on.
No, don't worry about that. It's nothing really. You know,
Oh,
just
you're not
just
keeping-
get the neck beard. You know, nothing really.
You got
Just,
a little bit of that
a little
peach
soul
fuzz.
patch. We got a little perv stash. It's pretty good.
Oh,
Anyways, you got an Amish beard yourself. Let's see that. Ooh, it's pretty good. Did you shave it like that, or does it just naturally grow?
what do you mean?
Did you shave it like to make it so that it's like perfectly rounded there, or
Nope. This is just how it is.
so you can't grow a stash then at all?
Nope. Well, I can grow
Oh.
a mustache, but I can't grow hair here, so I don't want to
Oh.
grow a mustache.
Yeah. You don't got the chains
Go-
linking.
the little.
Mhm.
But I get a good soul patch going. I just shave that part off.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
still young. Still got
Yeah.
plenty of time left for the babes.
Sounds good. Anyways, you gotta keep in touch with that son, by the way. He's waiting for that next check.
I think I might have
let's-
killed him.
You killed him.
Mhm.
Damn. Just through neglect or on purpose?
No, he got bombed in Syria.
Holy shit, dude! I didn't even know he was a Syrian refugee.
Yep. From India.
Okay. From India. He's a refugee from India. You chose the wrong country.
Oh man.
Okay, let's get right into it. Okay, so what's first? A story time, right?
Yeah.
I must have a story, right? Don't I, Brandon? Okay, I'll tell it then. So it happened today. I was just coming home from work, and I like to try out new little businesses. Just see what's what in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I saw this place, and I'm really nervous about going into places because I might not want to buy the stuff, and it's kind of weird to walk in there and just look around.
I hate
And that-
doing
they're-
that.
And you're the only customer, and they're just like looking at you. It's like, hey, how's it going? How can we help you?
Yeah, you're like, no.
I don't want a beer. So it was apparently like this smoothie place, like this. All they served was smoothies and like green energy drinks and stuff like that.
That's not bad.
And so I thought, like, oh, I'll get a smoothie. So I walk inside. I'm the only one in there, and I look up on the wall. They have 4 types of smoothies. I asked them, like, what do they recommend? They're like, oh, do you like green smoothies? I'm like, no. Why would you say that? And I got this smoothie that was like a what do you call it? An almond smoothie.
Ooh.
And I thought, ooh, that's good. And this place, it's like, it was pretty like hipster, kind of pretentious.
No.
Like just looking around, like there's just like pillows, and they got the breakfast nook, and it's just kind of like the go green attitude
Yeah.
kind of thing. But it's like, but that's okay. So I order the smoothie, and then they say guess how much it is?
$3.
How many?
For $5.
It's $8.
$8 for one smoothie?
Yes, and I asked them, oh shoot, that's a lot. Is there a smaller size? And they're like, no, it only comes in one size.
That business is gonna fail. $8 for one smoothie.
$8.
I mean, what did it have in it? Like protein stuff, or
it had almond butter. It wasn't even real almonds. It was almond butter. I knew it was almond butter because when I was drinking it, I could like feel the chunks of like almond butter coming up through the straw. Not butter, sorry, peanut. It was like peanut butter, but with almonds.
Oh.
Yeah, that's sorry. When I say almond butter,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
but...
it's pretty fucking like expensive. And like a lady came in as I was ordering it, so it's like, oh, it's clear that they have some business. Like, it was good. It was like all right, and it was pretty big, but it was so fucking expensive, and it was the most pretentious shit they wrote on it. Like they write little messages, and I wish I had the cup with me right now. Should have saved it, but it said, better to be the one who smiles than the one who doesn't smile back.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, fuck this place. I'm never going there again.
Oh, man.
Expensive as shit, pretentious, go green attitude, and they're going to give me this, like, fucking passive-aggressive message.
Yeah, that's some shit. Oh, man.
Fuck that shit. Anyways, how about you, Brandon? You got any stories?
Yeah, I guess I kind of got one.
Ooh.
So last Friday, not this Friday, not today.
Yep.
Our truck, you know, I do the truck at 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Well, our truck happened to be, what was it? 3.5 hours late. So we were just kind of, you know, trying to do a little bit of work, get some prep stuff done. And so while I was doing some prep, there was a CSGO tournament going on. I am Sydney, which we'll talk about later on.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Yeah, you know all about it too.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, but you can tell me who won, right?
I could tell you that they slightly changed the texture on the smoke grenade, like about 2 pixels. Okay, just.
Okay, so
I'm tired of humility. Just to tell the story.
Don't humiliate yourself anymore, Jordy. Can you even say that?
Hmm?
Can you even say that word?
What?
You know.
I don't know which word. I actually don't. Humiliate? What the fuck are you talking about? What, am I saying it wrong?
Humiliate.
Humiliate? What? I don't.
Humiliate?
Humiliate. What
I don't know.
Part of that am I saying wrong?
I just didn't think you could say it the way you said it earlier. But
there's some words I can't say, but that's not one of them.
So I was watching, you know, the tournament on my phone, you know, and I had it propped up against the ledge, and it was a Renegades versus, oh, who the fuck was it? I know
the Bruins. The Bruins.
Fuck. Mouse Sports? Yeah, I think it was Mouse Sports.
All right.
If I remember. Yeah. So so either way, oh man, I don't think it was. I forget, man. I'm so tired.
It doesn't matter.
Okay,
so continue.
So I'm watching this, and it is a freaking awesome game. Like, this game is hype as shit, right? And so my friend Justin, who works with me and also does the truck in the morning, you know, he's into esports and stuff too, which is kind of cool. And so we were both kind of watching it, and I mean, the amount of like flicks and crazy shots that one of the opera on their team was hitting was fucking crazy. He ended the game with 54 kills. Like, it was nuts. So so we're watching it, you know, we're getting hype, and then my manager comes out, and he starts watching it with us, and he's getting hyped too. Like, we're literally just watching this CSGO tournament on my phone, and
I was thinking that they were gonna be like, and then my manager walks in, and he's like, "Hey, get back to work, you guys! Stop watching this stupid shit." But no, he's like, "Oh, thank you."
Yep.
Like,
he was like, "Oh shit." And so we're all watching this, and it's like, you know, on my phone, so it's kind of small, so we're all just like huddled watching it, you know. And they actually won that map. They lost the series, but they won the map. And
which map was it, by the way?
Inferno. It went into like triple overtime.
Damn.
But it was so freaking crazy. Like we were like every single time it would get like a close round or a clutch, we'd be like, "Ah!" Like going crazy. But it was good. It was good. It was really good.
That's awesome. It really is good. Your manager joins, and that's the best part. It'd say, "Ew, don't do that again." I don't want to see that shit. This is a family show, Brandon. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you drinking?
Okay, so I used to drink a lot of sodas all the time. Okay.
Yeah.
But so I stopped drinking sodas and then I started drinking water. Well, I get bored of water. Like it's boring.
How could you get bored of water? It's like the most exciting drink of all.
Well, see, this is how I stopped drinking sodas, okay?
Yeah.
First, I went from sodas to like carbonated water, so I still had that kind of carbonation, and it had a little bit of sugar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because this is the sugar that I was addicted to. You know.
Dude, I've tried carbonated water. I just hate it. It's so disgusting.
There's a certain
I'd rather just
kind that you have to get.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's like tonic water I was drinking.
No,
It was
oh
like,
god, no, Gordy. There's like flavored carbonated water. It tastes tastes like soda.
I think I've seen that shit, but I mean, the tonic water, man, it's like, I've been tricked into buying that. Like, one time there was like a
tonic water isn't even soda water.
It was like, there was a Target that was closing, and I looked in the pop aisle, and that's all that was left. It was like discounted for like 25 cents. It's like, ooh, look, soda. So I bought one. It's like,
You call it pop?
Yeah, we call it pop. I just said soda for some reason. But, yeah, it's weird. But yeah, I got it, and then I walk outside the store, open it, take a drink, and I'm like, nope, just chuck in the garbage. The garbage can right outside the store.
You're a savage. Maybe that's why they went out of business.
Excuse me, no, I shopped at that Target more than anything. When I was younger, it's like, Target was my thing. It's like, yeah, I'm glad they got a Target. I'm so excited. I shop there all the time, and then it closed. I'm like, I'm never going to care about a business again.
Sad dream.
That's a true story.
Depressed
I really cared about that Target success, and it failed.
How did it fail? It's a Target.
I don't know. Maybe it just like, you know what was there before? Oh, I got a good story to tell about that place, but I'll save that for later. Yeah, there was a Zellers there before. You know about Zellers? Yeah, Zellers was also like a something like Walmart. You know, it's just a shopping place, and it shut down. And then Target reopened in that place, and I don't know if that ground is like cursed or something, but it like it's built over an Indian reserve or something. But yeah, the businesses just can't succeed there, and it's like in a mall complex, so you think like it would do well, but yeah, I mean, I forget what is there now. I think it's
Kohl's.
I think it's like a Mark's warehouse or something like that, or Winners, something like that. It's like a clothing shop.
Yeah, we have Menards. Do you have Menards?
No, that just sounds like a name of an old man.
Menards.
Menards.
Yeah, Menards.
Oh, Menards, dude.
Yeah, I know. Menards. They actually only really have it in like the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
Menards.
Sorry, were you telling a story? I completely got off track.
Yeah. So how I got off soda. So
yeah,
I started off to that, you know, and then I went from the soda waters to just, you know, drinking water, and then I'll flavor my water with like sugar-free water flavorings.
Like the Mio.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Mio. The Mio, I think is, I mean, a little too much. I think it has a little bit more sugar than usual.
Yeah, you know what I used to do with that shit? I used to just take it and just spray it directly into my mouth.
Oh God, why?
It was bad. It's like it was so sweet it burned my tongue when I did it.
Yeah, no shit.
And yet I continued to do it.
You probably did it again and again and again.
I did it many times. Yes.
You disappoint.
You disappoint.
But so yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't always use water flavorings, but I like to whenever, because it makes me think that I'm getting sugar, you know.
Yeah. What's it made from instead of sugar? Is it like? It's
just like artificial like, flavorings. So
like, I mean, stevia or something, or
no, it's like sugar free. Like
Oh, stevia isn't sugar.
It's sort of is.
No, it's like
it's an
like
artificial sweetener that still has glucose.
Okay.
Like
I
so,
guess
it's
I'm
like
just
it's
gonna take your
like
word for that.
it's not sugar, but it's a sugar. It's a stevia extract. So it's like, yeah, sure, sugar's bad for you, and switching to stevia is better for you, but it's not like still good.
The way you said that was really weird. You're criticizing me. Stevia.
No, because
Stevia,
okay.
man.
So Nina watches like this Australian chick who like does like health and food and fitness stuff, okay? And Australians call stevia, so
So you just decided
yeah,
to think I'm
that's what I call
Australian.
it, yeah. She says it all the fucking
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
Stevia.
Do you call the pharmacy the chemist?
No.
Oh,
You probably
shit.
call things weird as fuck too.
Oh yeah, like what?
I don't know.
What are Canadians? Yeah, I mean the thing is, I wouldn't know because everything
Because
I
it's
call
normal
stuff,
to you,
it's just
yeah.
it's normal. Like that's just the normal thing. It could be completely the same, or it could be that I call like nurses the pipe people, you know, because they deal with the human pipes. I don't know, it's just a
You're
weird
disgusting.
example.
That got a little too close to Pornhub.
Why would you say that?
The pipe people,
Yeah,
the nurses
yeah. What about it?
dealing with pipes, Jordy.
Yeah, like as in veins
Shut
and
the
like
fuck-
ventricles.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
No, what are you talking about, Brad?
A pipe, a shaft, a penis.
Yeah. What's a penis?
You're stupid. Oh man.
Get trolled.
I knew you were trolling me
And
every
you
single
still fell
time.
for
That's
it.
why I kept asking, because I was falling for the troll.
It makes it funnier that way.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
waiting for you to like break, but it didn't happen. I mean, I guess eventually it did, but
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess I'll since the conversation's lulled, I'll tell you the story about Zellers.
oh god, it sounds
think I would-
familiar.
Zeller. Here, I'll upload. Why don't you
Yeah,
search
I'm
up a picture? Because it'll probably be faster. You can show the people on the stream. Has anyone typed anything yet? Well, I'll type something first.
Oh, so it's kind of like a yeah. I see what you mean. It's like a target.
Okay, so yeah, I'll tell you about Zellers. You gonna show it on the stream or?
Yeah, I'm
Like
just adding a display.
Yeah, we'll put Zellers right up between our two monitors. This podcast will hopefully be sponsored by Zellers by the end. But yeah, anyways, actually no, don't put it up because fuck Zellers, I hate it.
Why do you
So
hate
I was-
Zellers?
I'll tell you the story. So I walk into Zellers with my friend. I think we were like 12 or 13, maybe 14, somewhere around there. And, you know, we start looking around, you know, we're two kids just messing around, looking all over. And we're in like the toy section, just looking around. My friend is super into like Pokemon cards. And so he's like looking at these Pokemon cards. And yeah, then I think it was Christmas time and I was buying like a scarf for my mom or something like that.
Okay.
And so I bought it, and then we walk out of the store, and this guy comes up to us from the Zellers behind us, and he's just like, this was so long ago, so I'm going to get this wrong, but he's like, hey guys, I know you were shoplifting, and we're like, wait, what are you talking about? We weren't shoplifting, you know, I just bought something. He's like, I know I saw you guys take something.
I think
Well, he
you
didn't
told
say
me
he
this
saw us,
story.
but yeah, so he tried to convince us to like, you know, confess that we did. And like, no, we didn't. You can search us. You know, we opened our coats and like, there's nothing here. And, you know, he kept pressing us. He's like, yeah, but I bet you wanted to, right? I bet you wanted to shoplift, and we're like, no, fuck you, we didn't want to
Asshole.
shoplift, and yeah, so he kept like pushing us, and then we're just like, no, we're just. He's like, okay, guys, how about you just don't come back to the store again? It's like, all right, fine, we won't come back to your shitty store again. And it's like, I think it was just because we were kids and we were messing around, like looking at the cameras or something like that. But I mean, it's just like, it was he was sort of a meathead who couldn't admit that he was wrong or something like that. He assumed that we shoplift, and maybe that assumption was wrong, but he couldn't say, "Oh, sorry about that." I sometimes make mistakes. He just had to keep assuming that we kept shoplifting. And here's the thing: my friend might have shoplifted, and I would have never known, because I was standing away from him for a little while, so maybe he did steal something, and I'll never know.
Huh.
It's just one of those things, man. What do you think?
Oh, Zellers is out of business anyway.
It is?
Yeah. Reading.
Maybe that's why it closed.
Yeah, here, I'll put it in the.
I guess it's not sponsored by Zellers. Man, I really feel bad for Zellers.
Obviously, this is Wikipedia, but I mean, it still just gets the point across.
Yeah. Is my voice alright? Oh, shit. My connection just went down.
Target Canada bought most of their stores in 2011. The history of Zellers as a discount store came to an end on March 31st, 2013, when its remaining stores closed. 2 Zeller stores in Ontario continue to use the name of the defunct chain. These stores are liquidation centers for Hudson Bays and Home Outfitters.
That's interesting.
Huh. Yeah.
Well, I guess if this podcast becomes famous, we now have to make a road trip to Zellers.
Yeah, we'll just go to Zellers.
The last 2 Zellers. Yeah. Anyway.
Alrighty, so if you want, I could just go over IEM Sydney.
Yes, do so.
Alrighty. Okay. So I will get rid of that one. It was a really good CS:GO tournament. I'll admit it was really good. It was really fun. Watching it. And this is funny because the last tournament before this, I wanted to make a video on YouTube talking about the tournament and saying who I would think would win and blah blah blah, and I said, I think the people aren't expecting Astralis to win. Everybody's kind of not thinking about them right now, and that's prime for them to win. And I had this whole video planned out, but I never had the time to make it. And guess what? Everything I literally said, not exactly everything, but most everything I predicted, like teams winning, losing, whatever, it happened. And I was like, fucking ass.
You should have made that video, man.
I know, I should have made, like, if I had made that, I would have looked like a G, but...
So, the moral of the story is...
make a video.
Yeah, don't be a lazy fucker and procrastinate. Just get on that shit.
Please do. Don't fuck up like I did.
Don't wait. Don't wait. Right now. If there's something on your mind that you have to do it right now.
Like, don't wait.
Don't wait. Right now.
Go.
Don't wait till tomorrow. Not 5 minutes from now. Right now. Go.
Today.
Actually, no, stay here.
Tomorrow.
Stay here. Stay here for the podcast. But right after the podcast, go.
You're savage. Let me get...
Did you just call me 7?
Savage.
Oh, okay. These savage 7-year-olds in here. Sorry, my internet's kind of cutting out, so it's kind of... I'm hearing you words you say wrong. Anyway, sorry, continue. I interrupted.
Okay, so this is just the kind of quick standings of what kind of happened. It wasn't that bad. I mean, phase 1, the tournament, in the end, they played pretty poorly in the group stage. And Astralis was like 2-0ing people. They had a really close match against the North American team NRG.
Yeah.
Which everyone's kind of hoping that they'll do better in the ESL Pro League finals, which I'm hoping they do as well because I think they could be a good team.
Yeah.
FaZe 3-0'd Astralis in a best-of-5 grand final. Now that may sound like one-sided, 3-0, like, man, they didn't even win a map. But the first map went into single overtime. The second map went into double overtime. And the last map went 16-14, FaZe, 3-0. It was a really good game. Like, each game came within one round of each other. Like, it was that good.
That's brutal, man. That's gonna suck to lose so many times so close. Like, it's one thing if you get absolutely destroyed. It's like, okay, these teams are just better than us. But when you come so close, it's like one round.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, one round. One more round.
Yeah. I mean, just a quick question. How many overtimes would they do? Would it just go?
It goes into overtime until it's finished.
I see. So a match could, in theory, never end.
Yeah, in theory, yeah. It could never end.
Damn. What happens if the players, start passing out? They just can't compete anymore.
Then
obviously their hands are bloody, just from mashing the keys so many times. What would happen?
I don't know.
Actually, here's a more realistic thing. What happens if the stadium closed down because it wasn't paid for 5 extra hours?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm just gonna go ahead and say yes.
Then they called a tie.
Sort of, I guess. Yeah, I guess you can say that.
Yeah, but that will never happen, probably.
Of course not.
Anyways. Did I interrupt you again, or are you just
No,
done talking?
I'm trying to get something to work, but it hasn't, and it's frustrating me. But
yeah, I'll just talk about what's in your background. So what's up on that shelf up there? That metal thing. What is that metal thing up on that shelf? Yep. Yeah, the other side.
They're just mason jars.
Oh.
It's a mason jar that is sparkled inside.
That's why it looks like metal.
Yeah.
What about those little black things behind?
It's mason jars.
They're all mason jars, the things
in the
is that just lids or?
No,
yeah.
It's when you light a candle in a mason jar and you blow it out, the smoke makes it black inside.
I see. So it's wait, the smoke stays black?
Huh? Yeah, it makes the inside black.
Okay.
Like if you light a candle, the candle, when it slowly goes down, will make it black around,
sense.
and so once you get it all the way down, it's all black. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, and I guess the benefit to that is the candle won't go out in the mason jar.
Yeah.
I should do that sometimes. Did Nina make those herself?
Sort of. Yeah, she made the sparkle one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. You don't want
what?
Nothing. I was just gonna say you don't want to talk about some of the creepy stuff I have back here.
Hat man. Why did you talk to yourself?
Sorry, you cut out. What'd you
Why
say?
did you talk to yourself?
What do you mean? I just said. Someone messaged "good hat man." So what?
Our biggest fan is in the chat.
That's you.
Biggest fan.
That's obvious.
No, it's not me. I don't know who it is. I do not know who it is.
It's obviously you, just on a different account.
No, I'm serious. It's not me. They're literally called Cactus Kraken's biggest fan. Like it's a fake account with one subscriber.
Do you swear on your mother?
Yeah, I swear. Like it's not me.
Hands up. Hands up.
It's not me.
Give me the pinky.
It's got to be like Gianna.
Put out your pinky. Your pinky promise me. Yeah, there we go. Ew. Yeah, now you've eaten it, and you have to swallow. Yup, and now you can't digest that. It has to stay with you forever.
Okay.
It's like Mercury.
I just pooped it out.
Okay.
Our biggest fan is in the chat, Jordy. What do you want to say to
Yes. Who are you, and why is that my face? Benny, could you imagine if it was me this whole time?
Jordy, I would kill you. I would kill you. Pinky promise it's not me. Fuck, it's not Gianna.
Yeah,
I doubted
it is.
She said it's not me. So she's saying that it is Gianna. She's saying it's not me. It's not. Oh fuck, I'm confused.
It's not me.
It's me. It is me, your biggest fan. Fuck. You cannot do
What
this.
the fuck?
You cannot do this.
This is weird. So what powers does the mod have?
I don't know. I just made him a mod
just-
because it's our biggest fan. Obviously.
Oh wow. Okay, so let's go ahead and move things right along to more CS:GO talk, because I'm sure I'll be excited about that.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Oh, I thought you were going to continue. Are you done?
I mean, yeah, I guess I'm kind of done.
Why
still
don't you
pretty
just
good.
give a wrap-up statement?
Oh,
You know, just
apparently
tie
it's Dolphin.
it in the...
Okay, for the
Dolphin?
tournament, the previous tournament,
How do you know it's Dolphin?
Gianna said it was Dolphin.
Oh. Well,
So I'm assuming-
it's ruined now. It's the secret is ruined. All right, yeah. Sorry, I keep interrupting. Wrap
no,
up.
no, don't delete the messages. No.
What happened? Oh
She
no!
got
it's
banned.
got-
It's gonna be
Why did you make Dolphin? Come on.
Huh?
We know it's you, Dolphin. It's too late.
Alex got me something for Mother's Day.
Your secret is revealed.
This necklace.
Oh, it's very pretty.
Yeah. I'm talking to Dale about Casey's birthday party.
Oh man,
Yeah.
is this gonna be another Walking Dead episode?
Okay, I'm putting the user in timeout. You cannot abuse your privileges and your powers. You cannot do this.
Brandon, we need more highlights for the stream. Get in an argument with Nina right now.
Get in an argument with Nina?
Yeah, just start arguing with her for no reason.
No.
Oh, come on, man. I wanted to have
It
an
can't be
ethical.
fake. It has to be real.
I wanted an ethical choice to be made. Okay. So how are we gonna continue on from here? I keep saying that.
What did you say you wanted to do? You told me to do something
When, now or
about the CS:GO.
earlier? No, I just told you to wrap it up. Give a
Oh.
wrap-up statement.
I think for the next tournament, I don't think FaZe will win. I think they'll probably make maybe top 4, top 8 for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that SK gets to make a break because they actually went out first again. They lost to a random ass scrub team from Australia. They're in another tournament. They're not going to do well. People are hyping them up, but I mean, it's just not going to happen again. So it'll be exciting, and I'll give updates on the next one.
That's great. Okay, moving on to the next topic. What's next on the list, Brandon?
Hockey.
Is it hockey?
Yeah.
Hockey?
I'm just gonna say this: the Tampa Bay Lightning are in the conference finals against the Capitals. Which
Yeah,
is pretty good.
it is, I think.
And then I think it's the Sharks versus
Dude, that's my favorite team.
shut up, Jordy. Shut up. I forget actually. No, I think the Sharks lost. Never mind. It's
No!
it's the
Sharks
Vegas
lost.
Vegas Golden Knights versus somebody else.
Did I say on the last podcast why
Yes,
they are?
yes,
Okay,
you
good.
did.
Then I
You
won't.
cheating
I won't
sack
talk
of
again.
shit.
If you want to know, you have to watch the last podcast.
Don't watch it.
Wow, come on, Brandon. You're supposed to market your own podcast.
Yeah, the Vegas Golden Knights beat the Sharks. The Winnipeg Jets beat, who was it? I think it was Jacksonville. Jaguars. Yeah, Jacksonville, and so maybe Tampa Bay might make it to the Stanley Cup playoffs. Might win it. Might win it out. They've only lost 2 games in both series, from both series, so 1 game each. Or no, I think they did lose 2.
Hang on. Gianna is spamming me. She's telling us to invite Dolphin because he apparently knows everything about hockey. I said no, and then she kept like freaking out about it. Apparently, it's important. I'm gonna let you make the call on this. Should we invite him or not? You said no guests on this podcast.
Yeah. What we'll do is we'll plan it out with him next time, and he'll be a guest.
He'll be a guest next time?
Not next time, but when we do the Stanley Cup playoff review, then we can bring him in and talk with him.
That sounds good.
So it's more planned out and structured and not thrown together.
Not just fucking random Gianna coming in going, hey guys, Bolivia and Peru are over here and they're doing different stuff with their borders and trying to become a state. I'm sorry, Gianna.
Gianna's about to kill you now.
Yep, and I don't care.
Oh.
Okay, so let's move right on to the next topic. What is it, Brandon?
I don't know. What do you want to do? We have.
Is it the main? Is it the main topic or is it something else? Yeah, it's our main
topic. So.
Okay.
If you
let's get right into it. I don't, but I can figure out something. Unless you got something better.
Well, there was a controversial piece by The Guardian. They're a news outlet. And here, I'll link the article from it. Let me find it.
I'm sorry, Gianna. I was very ignorant. Just wanted to say that on the stream. I completely misrepresented you and put you as a straw man. And that's all you're getting. Sorry, what are you saying, Brandon?
I'm finding the news article. Hold on. I'm trying to find. Here we go. So this is the headline of the news article, okay? And I'm gonna link it in the chat real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. There we go. Okay. And so this is the headline, okay? Get this. Just get this. Extreme esports, the very male billion-dollar gaming industry at the stadium near you.
Wait, say that the last part. Okay. Cut it out.
Extreme esports, the very male billion-dollar gaming industry at a stadium near you.
So who posted this again?
This is The Guardian, a news outlet, and so that's just the
very male.
Yeah, very male. Yeah, billion-dollar gaming industry.
Yes.
So
what is packed in that statement? Well, why don't you unpack it for us, Brandon?
So I'm just gonna unpack it. I'm gonna cut open the box. I'm gonna take out the packing peanuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
know what the packing peanuts are, Jordy?
You can. Yes, I know.
They're mail balls.
You can quit with the analogy of unpacking.
They're mail balls.
It's a. Oh.
The packing peanuts are male balls, and they are saying that there are no female balls in this package.
Yeah, it's called an ovary. I'll have you know.
No. Women can have balls too, Jordy. It's all about equality now.
Okay. I forgot about those transgendered women out there.
Yep.
My
You
mistake.
You need to behave. Think
Mhm.
first.
Yeah, before I completely call out some random woman on the stream and tell her she's an idiot by strawmanning her, even though I don't know what I'm talking about. There you go, Gianna. Are you happy now?
Damn. Savage. So
That's pretty, but that statement's pretty I don't know much about the Guardian. What sort of stuff do they post?
literally everything. They cover pretty much almost all
Gianna,
esports. Like they cover,
Gianna.
they call all news essentially. If you wish.
Yeah.
I had never really heard of them before this, so I don't really know. But I mean, I'm not much of a news person anyway.
I'm actually worried. Gianna's actually angry at me. She keeps saying "fuck you," and I don't know if it's sarcastic or real.
Why is she mad at you?
I don't know, just because I was talking shit about her earlier.
Oh,
She's been non-stop messaging me. It's just distracting. Gianna, whatever happens, I can't keep dealing with these messages. We're trying to do a podcast. We can talk afterwards if you want. Anyways, I think it's kind of weird that they
phrased it that way.
It's like just stop. He keeps messaging me. So it's like, it seems like they're trying to say well, where's all the women? It's like this male dominated. It's like, if women want to succeed, let them try, but it's like, just let the highest, it seems weird to say, let's force people to succeed, based on their gender. It's like, if the men let's say we reverse the roles, let's say women were doing much better in a given sport than men, would you say, well, we need to get some men in on this? It's like, we need to make everyone.
Baby, please.
I don't, Brandon, you're right.
Yeah.
I guess a good analogy would be there's not a lot of Jews in the NBA, and that's racist. Okay, we need more Jews in the NBA playing basketball. All right, we need more white people. All right? There's way too many black people in the NBA. There's just overrepresentation. Let's even the playing field here. It seems like equity to me. It's like, equality of opportunity is great, but equity is bad. Because, I mean, it's like you're trying to make it so that women can compete at the same rate as men, even though, many women aren't doing as well. If there's women out there who can compete, then let them rise to the top. And I'm not sure if when they say male-dominated, are they talking about the players themselves or the fans?
I think they're referencing the fans, but you can take it both ways. So I'm just gonna continue with their opening statement, okay?
Oh yeah, sorry, I thought it was just gonna be the headline, but that's
no.
Okay, let's get right into it.
So the first thing they do, and this is their first mistake, okay? And this is really funny. So if you look at the picture of the news article, you see the fans, and looks crazy, but you notice that the whole top part is empty. And the furthermost sides of the stage is empty as well. And this person, the opening statement: a crowd of 18,000 filled a Sydney arena at the weekend to watch groups of young men play video games for huge cash prizes.
I mean, if you phrase it like that, you could be like, a large group of people watched a bunch of players kicking a ball into a net. Why are you wasting your time on this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, and this is the thing, too. So he said there was a crowd of 18,000. No, just because the stadium holds 18,000 max capacity, this was not at max capacity. There was maybe 10,000. Maybe. So, but this is the thing. He goes on to talk about what the game is roughly in weird blah blah blah. But this is the thing. From the VIP seats to the nosebleed section, the enraptured crowd watches on, occasionally roaring its collective approval or disappointment. It is overwhelmingly male.
I love the collective approval. That's, it's like, gee, if you score like, a goal in hockey and everyone cheers, is that a collective approval? It's just like, you know what? I'm gonna choose not to be happy about this, even though my team won, because I'm not a part of this collective. It's like, I don't know. Anyways, continue.
So it's that then after the collective approval or disappointment, it is overwhelmingly male. Although not noticeably more so than your average rugby league match.
Yeah.
So it keeps going on, blah blah blah. What
I'd like
what the
I'd like to
game
point out
is.
the irony of how, like, let's say a woman wrote this, which I don't know if they did or
It
not.
was a man.
Okay, it was a man that wrote this.
White knighting women.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm sure there's women at the studio who could have gone to watch the game and then up the woman rate, but they're not the ones who want to watch it. They just kind of want to complain about, oh, women aren't interested in this, and neither am I.
Yeah.
Isn't that so bad that women aren't interested in it? It's like,
don't worry.
if you were, I don't know.
This all gets a lot worse. Don't worry.
I just feel like if you were really like into the game, and you were a woman and who was really into watching like CS:GO tournaments, you wouldn't really care unless people are like harassing you for just being there, or just like, just sexual harassment or stuff like that. You wouldn't really care that it's like, oh, there's not many women here. Yeah. Where's all the women? It's like,
yeah.
You're there interested in the game. You're not interested in, gee, I want, I want not to be a minority here. I want to be the majority. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll let you continue.
So they go on to talk about, how the format is, the money, the teams that came. But this is the best part. They talk
it gets
about
better.
As the 16 males teams battle it out, the CS:GO Women's Sydney Open, a domestic tournament, plays in a side room. Around 100 people sit in the audience, making it the only space at IM with more than a handful of women at any given time. Even though there were women in the audience, no matter what. But either way, but this is the best part about this. One. Let me continue with this one point, and then I'll make my point. It's a sober reminder of the gender disparity that permeates both sports and gaming culture. Like almost any other sport, women esports tournaments are woefully underpaid compared to the main tournament, international tournament, which is dominated by men. The two women's teams in the grand final, Sydney Saints and Control Esports, are only competing for a lion's share of $10,000 in prize money. Now, here's the thing. Women are eligible to compete in these tournaments. There's no rules against it. And he does state that, but, like, this is the funny part. So, the main tournament is not formally gender segregated, but while women are eligible to compete, there were no female players in the 16 teams over the weekend. It is a circumstance that points more points more.
Wrong, or?
Yeah, he fucking can't even write either.
Damn, son.
It's a circumstance that points more to the sexism present in the wider gaming scene, that any disparity is inability. So here's the thing, and then he talks about Gamergate and all this other things that have been proven to
increase sexist and bigotry.
Yeah, and it was all proven wrong. Like, nobody did that. But so this is the thing. This is the funny part. So yeah, women are allowed to compete in these tournaments. They don't attempt to compete in these tournaments. There's you know, the top CS:GO female teams compete in like ESEA main, and they struggle against, you know, the literally like tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, tier 6 teams, you know. And it's,
why do you think that is, Brandon?
well, I think it's just because it's not something. So I think eventually it will catch up in time with time. I mean, there'll definitely be more women, but
yeah, I feel like
5 years, 10 years ago, women, it wasn't something that they were interested in, and it wasn't really as popular, you know.
Yeah, I think, you know, when they talk about how video game culture is dominated by men, I mean, like, depends on what video games you're talking about. If you're talking about, like, Bejeweled or Candy Crush, then that's not the case. But
that's sexist, Jordy.
I mean,
why? Because it's candy and it's pink and it's colorful. And
you can look at the people buying Bejewels. It's like 40-year-old women, mostly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, certain things, it's like, there's just not an interest, and it's like, it's not the people who are males who are playing these games' fault, and it's not it might to some extent be like the marketing, because some like marketing is somewhat like focused towards men, which, I mean, there's not even anything wrong with that. I mean, focusing marketing towards your largest demographic is, you can either go for, you know, casting a wide net, or you can do like a niche net. But I mean, like, if women want, like, you know, if these women want to be, you know, more engaged in video games, then just play video games or start watching the video games. You don't have to, you know, just sit and complain about it and say that's bad, but I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm just going to notice that it's bad. It's like, I don't know. And many, you know, there's many things that are just like, I don't know. I'm rambling. What do you think?
Well, I mean, it's just kind of self-explanatory. I mean, 10 years ago there were okay, let's go like this. 30 years ago, 40 years ago, when video games were just coming out, young boys were playing those games. You know, back then it was women wanting, you know, and young girls wanting to play with, you know, dolls, and, you know, the Barbies were coming out, all these new forms of toys, you know, and not saying that everybody did, but the majority of people, you know, that played those earlier video games were men. And so when they grew up,
I will say that that I did see like an Adam Ruins Everything. You've heard of that show, right? Yeah, I saw one on that, and they were talking about how, you know, back in the day of Atari, it wasn't so much, you know, video games are a man's club, I guess. You know, the creative centipede apparently was a woman. But when the video game crash happened, they tried to market it as like toys, and toys have sort of a, like, you know, they really tried to make it look like it wasn't an electronic device, but it was a toy. And toys have like a boy-girl standard to them, and they tried to market towards men or boys more than girls.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's what the point was. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, that's the case. You're not gonna. I mean, if you, it's like with children when people market cereal. You know, you make the box look pretty. You know, oh, here's a unicorn shaped cereal. You know, a kid's gonna be like, oh, a unicorn, mommy, I want the cereal, and you buy it. You know, you're forced to buy it. Same with you know, video games. If a kid, you know, sees, wow, look at that cool spaceship, you know, and they want that, you know, and they say, oh, boys love shooting them up, you know, then boys are going to be like, hey, that's what boys do. I'm going to buy that, you know. I want that, Mom.
You have to admit, like, some of the games that are marketed towards girls are, like, first off, most games aren't marketed towards boys. Like, you can't say that, like, Super Mario or something
well,
like
yeah,
that
no,
is
not today, no.
a boys' game. But, I mean, it's just like, you look at those Barbie games and stuff, and they're all just shovelware garbage.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of, I feel like marketing it towards, like, this is a game for girls. because us girls can do this too.
Yeah,
It's
right.
like, it's just like make an interesting game that's fun to play or has a good story, and people will buy it. You know, sometimes men will buy it more because right now, you know, men are, you know, more interested in video games, but that doesn't mean that women can't enter, you know. And the same with CS tournaments. It's like anyone can play CS, and anyone can really train hard to get very good at CS. Well, not anyone, but there's a certain skill cap. But there's nothing preventing women from entering, and there's nothing preventing them from watching. So I don't know why this article is complaining. It's like there's certain things that, for different reasons, men find more interesting, and that's why they're attracted to it. It's like, why exactly is that a bad thing?
Yeah.
What do you think, Brendan?
Play
devil's advocate. Why do you think that's a bad thing? And not in a joking way. Honest opinions of what you'd think their motivation for posting this would be.
Oh, I mean, it was like there's more to this story. Like they talk about misogyny, Trump, and
yeah, because Trump's obviously
and
loves
the
those
violent
video games.
incel movement. I don't know.
Incel? What is incel?
Involuntary celibate, which is basically, it was a subreddit of people that were like fat, ugly, or whatever, that no women wanted to have sex with them, so they talked about it in a subreddit.
Wait, there are people who are fat and ugly, and no woman wants to have sex with them, and so
they talked about it in a subreddit.
Oh, so the fat and ugly people are talking about it. It's not like people talking shit about the fat and ugly people.
Yeah, it's the people that don't have sex are talking about it, but they were really weird. Their subreddit got closed down because they were talking about like raping and stuff like
gross.
that. But and then 2 people committed, you know, egregious crimes, and they were found out to be part of this incel thing. So now they make it out to be like fucking horrible.
And this represents all gaming culture, and all men and all white people as well, and Trump. So it all relates. It's just a circle of crap.
Yeah, it's circle jerk of crap. But no, I think like, and this is the thing, you know, that I had mentioned to you before. I think if esports in the future is going to be the biggest thing, because in 10 years from now, you're going to have these, you know, 10-year-old kids, these 8-year-old kids that are watching these esports and watching their player, you know, these streamers play these games, and they're watching these YouTubers play these games, and now they're playing the games, and it's boys and girls alike, a lot of them, you know, and eventually they're going to grow up, and they're going to be better at these games, and more people are going to be involved in these games, and they're going to want to watch these games professionally, or try and be professional players themselves, and it's only going to continue to grow. And with that means more influx of female players and more females playing these games, especially with the times changing, you know.
If I could say, like, play devil's advocate for a second, I guess their point would be that because there's no female players at the high end, there's no one for, you know, these young girls who might want to become an athlete in this.
Here's the thing,
to be a role model.
Yeah, and here's what I can counter you with. And this is the thing, he didn't even make this a point in his article because he's trying to bash men, blah, blah, whatever he's talking about. But a woman casted the grand final of the tournament.
Shoutcast.
Yeah, she was an announcer for the grand final of the tournament. And she's very accomplished in the CSGO scene for her casting, you know, and analysis and such. And she's good at it.
Yeah, you know what they just say though, right?
Well, yeah.
Oh, good. You have one woman. That's a token woman. Come on, we need.
Well, see, and that's what they say. That's what they always say.
Representation here. We need 50% women.
Yeah.
There's 50, and also a good percentage of trans people as well, and then maybe like 30% men, and then it will be perfect.
Oh yeah, and see, and that's the other thing too. There are actually a couple transgender people playing in the LCS, the League of Legends Champions Series.
I see. And that's not. Is Nita laughing about?
Yeah, she's laughing. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's watching.
So
something.
I was watching my
is the
show choir, and the fact that I went through like 3 moves in the span of 3 seconds because I forgot what was going on. 10 out of 10. That's best performance right there. Oh, I love myself.
all right then. So I mean, yeah. As far as the league competitive scene goes, is it separated between men and women, or is it just?
It's whoever
No?
wants to play. Yeah.
That's
That's the
interesting.
thing.
I
Like,
mean,
there's not a single esport, and this is the funny part too, is, he basically contradicted himself in this whole article as soon as he started talking about the CS:GO women's only Sydney Open. Men weren't allowed to compete in this tournament. It was specifically designed for women, even though women could join the main tournament. So technically, the men were segregated from this tournament. Sexism.
I mean, I suppose, but I mean, with video games it's different. We can just talk about normal athletic sports. Like
a woman will never play in Major League Baseball, NFL, soccer, because they won't allow it.
Yeah.
People like even if like there's been a few women that have been top dogs, been hugely athletic, good at what they're doing, but they will never be allowed to do it because of the franchising and the leagues themselves. They're not going to allow it.
But like in something like the Olympics, like running or something like that, it's the reason for making like women's only and men's only was, men have longer men have longer legs, and we're biologically different in some aspects. Yeah. So we should have our own group that we can we can compete with other women, and like I see that's reasonable. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, I don't know why I brought it up. Fuck me.
Well, I think you were bringing it up for the fact that that he was talking about the women's only, and I mean,
yeah.
And here's the thing:
the way I see it is, I remember. Sorry, I just remember my point now. The reason it seems like if women want to compete with men in something like boxing or running or something like that, they should be allowed to, because men have certainly in certain sports have a biological advantage, which you can admit, and if there's an exceptional woman who can compete, then I think they should be allowed to. Whereas a man coming into a woman's sport, it just seems like with that advantage, it wouldn't be fair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get that for sure.
Would you agree? What do you think?
Yeah, I think I agree. I don't really have anything to that.
I mean, it seems different when you're talking about, hitting buttons on a computer compared to,
physically demanding sports. And
yeah, exactly. Something like, kickboxing. Yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, this is something that no matter who you are, you can be the best at it. There's literally nothing that could set you back except your own drive.
What if you don't have hands?
There's people that play without hands. There's a guy, just look him up. He's called Handy. He has no hands and he plays CS:GO and he's good at it.
How does he play with his feet?
I think he has 2 fingers. Oh man, I forget. But I mean, there's even
I saw this video of this kid in India who was like, he had no arms and no legs. He just had like nubs, and he was playing like on a controller with like the nubs in his like chin. Like he had his shoulder.
Yeah, and he's good at it. Like he can do it.
I mean, he can do it, but he's not going to be an athlete. It's
obviously, but still, I mean, technically, it can't hold you back. If you had the drive, you could still technically do it. Obviously, you can't do a handstand, athletically, but you know,
Mhm.
I think in the future, esports is gonna overtake traditional sports. I mean,
Well, no, I don't. It's difficult to say because esports, it's like quite a shifting sand. You know, it's like what happens when a new Counter Strike comes. Do people shift over? What if the new Counter Strike is terrible? Do people stay with the old one? It's like,
yeah, but
you
here's
know,
the
and
thing: most of the younger generation are heavily involved in games and video games and this gaming culture. Not everybody, but a lot of them. And not only is there a lot more people watching esports, but there's also a lot less people watching traditional sports. Like if you look at the numbers, the average age of people watching, the sports, it's like 35 to 50. And that's
yeah.
the average age. I mean, I love watching sports. And I don't ever, I will never stop watching them, and I hope my kids do as well. But I love esports more. I think it's definitely not on the same level, obviously, but the fact that you can see these people who are not limited by anything be able to just show that, hey, I am the best at this, and it's awesome, and especially since it is the future, it's something I do connect with because I like video games, whatever. But for the future, there's nothing but better things coming for esports. I mean,
Yeah.
it's already
What do you
getting
think?
big anyway, but it's just only gonna skyrocket.
What do you think of the naysayers who say that esports aren't really sports? They're just games, and people enjoy watching people play games like watching PewDiePie or Markiplier, but it's not really sports.
Yeah, well, no, that's the thing. It's not a sport. It's an esport. It's a whole
So
different. It's a whole different category. They're not traditional athletes. They're esports athletes.
Yeah.
They're esports players. They're not. You can't use the same terminology, and I don't use the same terminology, and most of the people in the esports scene don't use that terminology. It's not a sport, and
Yeah.
and what I always counteract with is, okay, well, like in my high school particularly, people would say cheerleading is not a sport, but I would counteract with, well, they've won more trophies than our high school football team. What do you have to say to that? Or I did show choir, and
Well.
What?
Yeah. Sorry. Go. I'll let you finish what you're saying.
Same with like cheerleading. We're learning choreography. We're dancing and singing on a stage. We're doing high intensity movements. And we're bringing home trophies, first place finishes for our school.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's all what you define as a sport, If
well,
it's athleticism, then it's definitely a sport.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: is jogging a sport?
Yeah,
Is
sure.
you jogging by yourself is a sport? Well, if we're gonna say that's a sport, then something like sport is just a different word for the word exercise. That's all it is. Whereas I think that's kind of a vague representation of the word sport, and I don't even think running is considered a sport. Like
no,
athletic
they're
running.
not
It's
sports. No,
it's a competition. It's like if I think a sport is people engaging with one another. It doesn't have to be physical necessarily, but there's some sort of like, it's not just you running on a track. It's like your best time compared to someone else's best time. It's like you're actually engaged with the other person or the other team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Esports isn't a sport; it's a competitive gaming. You know what I mean? You can call it a sport, you can call it whatever you want, but no matter what, it's competitive gaming. You can't group it together with baseball. I mean,
well, I mean, even certain like sports, is boxing the same as baseball? It's like, no. How can you really put those two in the same category? What makes them both a sport, in your opinion?
I mean, technically, you can't even call like these sports anyway. I mean, like football,
I think
you call it a sport.
we're messing around with the word sport now. We're just playing a language game, I think.
But that's the thing. But that's the thing. You can, because technically hunting is a sport, right? You would call it that. It's traditionally called it's a sport. It's sports. It's a sport, is what you would call it. Not a sport, but it's a sport.
I mean, hunting. It's like, I guess you'd call it a game, sort of, but. It's not. I don't know if it's like. Are you competing with the animal? I mean,
well, no, it's not. I'm not saying. I'm not calling it a traditional sport.
Yeah.
But people call it sport.
Yeah. So your argument. Well, what you're saying is that
the word itself is just loose.
People use
like
the word for things that aren't a competition between two teams that are interacting with one another. You know, it's like. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, should we either have to make the term sport more like rigid, or we'd have to find different words to describe it. And, you know, changing words is very difficult. You know, like, I've always thought about this. The letter C is useless. There's no point in it. You know, it's like you have S, you have K, just get rid of C. You know, X is, I mean, you can find a workaround for X too. I mean, there's a lot of letters that are just useless, and some letters that should be invented. Like, there should be a letter for CH or TH, you know, and one of the ones that just makes me angry is QU. You know, you can't just have Q in the English language. You have to have a U with it as well. You know, it's like, why not just make Q the Qua sound? That makes a QU sound.
Yeah.
So language is just one of those things. It just evolves over time, and changing it is very difficult. You have to do it slowly over many generations, and it's not even a conscious thing, you know. Like the word, what was it again? The word notch, like, though it used to be called och, I believe. Like, that's how it was pronounced. But because of how the language is, that, you know, whenever there's a vowel as the first, you say and instead of a. So they'd go an och, and they became notch slowly over time because you had that end there. So, I mean, it's weird how language evolves, but it's not something that you can seemingly change purposely.
Yeah. No, I can understand that. That'd be cool.
Sorry, you just kind of...
No, I said that'd be cool. I mean... yeah, obviously you can't change language over, you know, quickly like that. That's kind of unreasonable.
I think someone, I forget what it was called, but someone tried to make their own language and said this is what the new global language will be. And they did like a couple of years ago, maybe more than a couple of years, like a couple decades ago, and no one got onto it. It was called some really weird name. I don't know. What do you think?
I never even heard.
Yeah, I forget. I wish I knew the name of it. But if there was to be one language for everyone, what language do you think it should be?
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
I think it does matter to some extent, because some languages are messier than others. And also, not to mention, there's people who already know many languages, so there's the convenience aspect.
I think what makes English good is because there's so many words for so many different things, but for the same thing as well, you know? And, like, you know, when you try and translate something into Spanish, typically there's just one word for this thing, you know?
Yeah, but, I mean, that's somewhat confusing, though. I mean, I believe the word set has the Guinness World Record for the most meanings. I mean, it's just like, it's very it's sometimes confusing in certain...
But see, yeah, and it might be confusing, but people know when to use it properly. That's the thing.
In the context, yeah. I guess so. I don't know. It's sometimes... I don't know. I think we've gone to the rock bottom of this topic, Brandon.
Well, yeah, because we went from esports to the language of the world.
Why don't you continue reading the article just to get us a little more pissed off?
Well, I mean, it's just stupid. Like,
Yeah, that's why you should read it.
I'll just read this part. Like, do you know anything about the Gamergate scandal?
To some extent, I think I saw like a podcast on it or something like that. Why don't you fill me in on it since you're the expert?
I'm not an expert, but
Okay.
basically what happened is some female gaming journalists and critics of it came under this huge wave of online attacks and cyberbullying.
Yeah.
Even though most of the FBI did an investigation and proved that none of the threats were valid. Some of the journalists were creating them themselves.
Yeah.
All these things saying that the gamers were attacking them, but
yeah, wasn't it that like gaming culture is inherently like sexist? That the own companies that making these games were like publishing this stuff or something like that?
Yeah,
or...
well, I mean, their whole ideology was that gamers were predominantly men and sexist, racist, and toxic, and abused everybody and were violent, and video games caused violence, and
I mean,
which has been scientifically disproven that it does.
Yeah, I mean, to that point, not the violence point, but I mean, you could say that, say you're someone who owns a convenience store and you get robbed by someone who's black, and then you get robbed by a second person who's black and then a third person, you might think that all black people are thieves, but that doesn't make it true. It's like you're looking at the worst example of one group, and then you're making generalizations. So if you say, people who play video games are inherently sexist, it's like you're looking at the loudest, most obnoxious version of the worst people. It's like you play a couple matches with people, and if you're friendly to them, for the most part, they're pretty good. Occasionally you get very rarely, but occasionally you get some weird psychopath in his 40s who just hates people, but he likes messing around with kids. I mean, I've seen that I think 2 times before.
Yeah.
And not to say that older people can't play. It's just like there's some really weird people out there every so often, but that doesn't represent everyone,
True. Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the main things. It's like it's wrong to look at the most extreme and horrible people of one group and say that represents that group. You can, I don't want to say everything, but you can relate that to almost everything, almost any group.
Yeah. We have Scopes with a Z saying y'all gay, and then Oof says I'm Oof and I agree. Oof is not toxic. I don't know what you mean. Oof, you are definitely toxic as fuck.
Yeah, and what do you agree with us? You have to specify because we have no idea.
He agrees that we're gay.
Oh, I thought he agreed with our point, but I guess we're gay.
No, yeah, he agrees with the previous comment saying y'all gay.
Yeah,
Even though I just carried his bitch ass in a game of CS, but what can I say?
Yeah.
Do it all the time.
What are you saying? What are you saying that gay people can't carry, Brandon? Is that what you're saying?
Wait, what do you mean?
You're saying that gay people can't carry, Brandon?
Did I say gay?
Yeah, you said Alex called you gay. Well, not Alex, but ZZZ. And then you said, even though I carried you, I'm saying, just because you're gay doesn't mean you can't carry, Brandon. All right? Please say something.
Can carry too, Jordy.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I was saying. You're not going to turn this around on me. Anyways, I got completely distracted. Where were we?
Just talking about sexism
Gamergate.
and racists.
Yeah, continue. Tell me the story.
But, I mean, that was pretty much it. I mean...
No, that wasn't it. You just told me there was also, a backlash, right?
Well, that was the thing. Lots of politics were saying that, you know, gamers were evil and caused violence, and video games caused violence, and
Yeah.
and you
Which
know,
they
the
do
community tried
not.
to prove that they didn't, but obviously they're not going to listen. That's not as good of a story, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's kind of how it ended. It just kind of died out.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta admit that's well, not admit. The media, it's based around
Media
like
is
saying
a
things, saying things that are dangerous or scary or what's going wrong in the world. You know, there's so many good things going on in the world, and things just seem to continuously get better as time goes on, and yet as time goes on, the media continues to report more and more horrible things, you know, so
True.
I don't know. I mean, more and more people are getting like attached to the power grid every single day. More people are, you know, getting out of abject poverty, getting food they need. It's, you know, better medical care. People are living longer. You know, hunger rates have gone down. Obesity has gone up, but I mean that's a result of, you know, an excess of food, which I'd say if you have the choice between too much food and not enough, I choose too much every single time. I mean, you could just, I don't want to get into that, but
Yeah, I know.
things are just getting better across the world. You know, it's like illness is being like cured. Like, didn't Bill Gates, he's like fighting malaria. He's not, when I said it like that, it sounds like Bill Gates has malaria and he's fighting it. No, but I mean, he's like seeking to end malaria. It's like things are constantly getting better, and yet the media continues to, and I'm not just talking about mainstream, you know, even like the alternative medias talk about how horrible things are getting. And I mean, in some cases they are, in some other ways they're clearly getting much better, you know. I'd say society as a whole is moving upwards.
Yeah, I mean, I think they started to, they've sort of found a cure for Alzheimer's. They've cured it, like sort of cured it in rats, I think. Like,
okay, that's different, Brandon.
but no, but it's not.
They've
They found the cause for it or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but you know, and then they found out that coffee and French fries causes cancer.
Coffee and French fries.
When you brew coffee, a certain thing that starts with a K, and it's been found to potentially cause cancer.
Well, I mean, here's the thing.
Frying French fries, yes.
Everything technically causes
cancer,
because everything has a radiation to it. Is some sort of form of radiation, even if it's lower. It still sends out, you know, every element has a half-life to it, and it fires at, maybe I'm completely ignorant about this, but every substance has some sort of decay to it, and it fires off alpha and beta radiation at you, and most of the time that radiation won't hit you, but every so often it will, and if it hits a cell just right, it will most of the time kill it. But sometimes it won't kill it, it will mutate the cell. And when it mutates the cell, it could become cancerous, or it could just become a regular cell. I think many people have at least like 4, I completely pulling this out of my ass, but about 4 mutated cells in their body. And somehow it has to affect like the way the cell replicates to cause it to replicate too much, and that's somewhat what causes tumors and cancer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No. Yeah,
but I mean, if they discovered that coffee and French fries are going to cause cancer, I mean, it's like there's already a lot of reason not to eat French fries as it is. I mean, they're not healthy for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, is it just the deep frying of the French fries, or is it like
it's when it's fried or something like that.
Okay, so fried. Well, I mean, obesity itself increases your chance of getting cancer as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not sure if they're referring to that or probably
It was just
not,
like
but...
a certain byproduct that started with a K that specifically causes cancer,
Yeah,
possibly.
it's interesting.
So
And is it with, just real quick, is it with any fried foods like donuts even, or?
I don't know.
guess
I think
donuts are...
all I remember from the article was it was French fries. I think.
I thought, are donuts boiled or fried? I think they're...
You can do both actually.
Yeah.
But fried, typically it's just dough.
Yeah.
And it's fried on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
And then it has like the white ring in the middle.
Yeah.
So we're at a minute 30, so we're gonna start wrapping up.
A minute 30? You mean?
I mean an hour 30.
Yeah. Wait, Brandon, I can't hear. Oh, there you are.
Okay. Hello.
Yes.
So we're just gonna. Oop, can you hear me? Yeah.
No, I can hear you.
Okay. So we're just gonna start.
I just want to make sure we can hear you in the actual stream.
So we're gonna go into the wheel.
The wheel.
Wheel of misfortune. There's plenty of things that can go wrong. There's plenty of things.
What did you add to it this time? What did we take away last time?
Well, we both had to slap ourselves.
Yeah, so we're not doing that again.
No, we're not.
About doing that again. It wasn't that bad, but dude, we should add something like hot sauce related to the wheel.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be awful. Hold on.
It would be awful, and I think I'd really enjoy awful things.
Why can I not?
Gesundheit.
Thank you. Alrighty, so I thought I replaced slap yourself in the face.
Is it still on there?
Yeah, it is.
All right, what were you planning on replacing it with? Because if we
could
just
it already.
We could just leave it on there, and then if we get it, we could just say, oh well, it's actually represented as this one.
Yeah.
What was the plan for that going to be?
It was I changed it too. I don't remember what it was. Fuck. We'll just have it be like a shot of hot sauce or something. Okay.
I don't have any. I don't wait. Hang on. I don't think I have any hot sauce. Well, I do, but it's like not great hot sauce. You know, it's like old and not good.
Well, if we get it, then we'll just skip it and go on to try it again. Okay.
Sounds fair.
Okay.
But you better be prepared for next time.
Yes. Well, I thought I changed. I know I changed it, but I must have not hit save.
Yeah.
Maybe, and then I forgot what it was.
That's too bad. Okay. Well, let's try it.
Yeah.
Here we go. We probably won't even get it.
Okay, so you'll go first, and I'll just have the stream open.
Shouldn't we flip for it? I think we should flip for it, Brandon.
Oh, you want to flip for it now?
Oh, yes.
Pussy.
What did you just call me?
You know what I called you.
You keep cutting.
Oh,
out,
I said you're a pussy. You're a wimp.
I thought you called me a bitch.
Oh no.
Okay.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, one sec. Yeah. Okay, we got a loony right over here, old man. Okay, and I'll let you decide which one do you want. This is a quarter, not a loony. Okay, that's all right. Which one do you want, Brandon? Heads or tails?
I will take tails.
Ready to flip. Shit, dude, you should have said it sooner.
I did.
All right, tails. I'm not touching it. Watch this. I can just do this. I can do it like this. Okay, you can see it. I'm just gonna on camera. Fuck, it was heads. Fuck you.
Okay, so you go first. Alrighty,
what? No.
What?
You pick tails, so you lose. You pick tails, so you lose.
This doesn't make any... We do this every single time with fucking coins.
You pick tails, so you lose. If you got tails that... Oh, actually, you want... No, that's not what I said last time. Yeah, okay, I'll go first.
Jesus. Alrighty. So I'm activating the wheel, and I'm just gonna wait for the stream to come on.
Okay.
Let's see what you got.
So we're watching it on the stream?
Yeah.
How many views do we got? We got 4 people watching. Let me just...
Oh. Slap in the face. Fuck, we gotta redo it.
Damn it. No.
Alrighty, hold on.
Ah, okay, your turn.
Fuck you. Nope. So the options are the boogie down, a dab, eat a raw egg,
Write a song is one of them, right?
write a song, yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought. No, wait, no, that can't be one because didn't Sam write a song? Yeah, he did.
Oh,
remember?
yeah, he did. Oh man, I forgot.
Did you take that? You didn't take that one off either.
No.
Damn. So there's 2 mulligans. That's stupid.
You got. I think that's the boogie down one.
Oh fuck! So I have to make up some really cringy dance.
Yes.
Yeah. Are we gonna put one of these-
Yes.
Are we gonna do any like cringy music over it, or is it just gonna be silent?
You just silent cringe dancing.
Oh, I want to do it, man.
Too bad.
I like this. I like
bad.
it. Okay, I need you to at least do some like. Okay, I'll just do this. Okay, here. I don't want to do it. Okay, here we go. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Yeah.
Why are you fighting the camera? Oh my god.
I'm done.
That was so bad.
It
That was
meant
so
to
bad.
be. There's the cringe for you.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna switch over, and whatever it lands on is what I have to do.
Unless it's slap or song.
Oh, slap in the face.
Fuck. Well, do a light slap and then re-roll. Go on, do a light slap. There you go. Oh man, that was a really
Slap
weak
in the
one.
face twice now. It was write a song. I just.
Write a song.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
You got the egg, didn't you?
No,
Let me see. Is it on the stream?
You'll see.
It's not even showing up on the stream.
No,
You don't
don't
have
worry.
it there.
So that was the first slap in the face. The second slap in the face. The third slap in the face. The write a song.
You got.
And now
Okay.
I finally got blue.
Yeah, you got.
The boogie down.
You got boogie down too.
This is twice we've gotten the same exact thing.
This is stupid. You should have added more shit to the wheel. Man.
I will! Don't judge me!
Alright, do a really cringy dance for us.
Alright,
You got this.
I gotta do a really cringy dance.
Man, how do we keep getting the same one? This is really dumb. Okay. Ooh, look at that pretty face. Oh, and he's back. He's fighting the camera like me. Ooh, that was pretty good, man.
Kill me! Kill me now!
You know, I think. Wait, put your camera back down. Yeah, there you go. I think my favorite was the the Titanic sinking moment. Pretty good, man. That was pretty cringe.
Oh,
I have to say.
man. Yeah, that was bad. I wonder who's gonna be the first one to eat a raw egg.
That one's gonna be on till like episode 15. I bet you that.
Yeah, no one's gonna get the raw egg. I mean, there's only
It's just-
2 chances for it.
Yeah, it's just gonna be that continuous threat, and then it's gonna be there. That one's like there couldn't be anything worse. Okay, add hot sauce, like a hot sauce shot, or
Yep, hot
shot
sauce
glass
shot.
of hot sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get some hot sauce, and then we'll be able to do that.
Oh yeah.
What
Well,
else?
I'll
All right,
pick
that's
up-
my
we have
that's
three-
my suggestion.
Okay.
What about- I'll choose one, so I'll pick one, and then you pick one, and then we'll have the audience decide for the last
Yeah.
one.
Put it in the comments, baby.
What do you want the last one to
The
be?
last option for the Wheel of Death. I don't know, man. I'm kind of feeling maybe. Dump a cup of water on your head.
You don't want to do the ALS challenge?
No,
The
just a
fuck?
whole cup of water. Like you just
Uh-oh.
dump it on your head.
Well, that's kind of gay.
Is water gay, Jordy? You calling
No,
water gay?
No,
Are you
no.
homophobic?
No, the cup is gay,
Oh,
and there's nothing wrong with that.
yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely not. You know, it's like bowls. You know, they're the transgendered of the dishes. I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what you're going on about, but
Mhm.
well, thank you everybody
This was
for
cancer.
watching. Yeah, this was. It wasn't
Yeah,
that
we'll
bad.
never do-
We had some good
we're-
discussion.
We did. We're never doing this again. I'm sorry. This is the last stream.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Fuck you guys. No,
Yeah,
okay.
we'll see you next time.
Yep. Thanks for watching.
Safety and peace.
Peace and safety.
No.